lie there in that old curiosity shop.
When it comes to peppin' style, what got Broadway beat 'em up? You tell 'em and I'll tell 'em, Lenox Avenue. Now where that rhythm can't be beat, 'cause it's born right in the beat. You tell 'em and I'll tell 'em, Lenox Avenue. Now they don't need a swell apartment to hold a swell affair. Just bring your gin and walk right in, you're a Harlem millionaire. They don't care about your dough, all you need is hidey-ho. You tell them.
Okay, let's begin here with this colorful china that's in the center of the counter. This is made by the Homer Laughlin Company. It was first introduced in 1938. Now the shape of the china is called Century. But the line is called Riviera. Now that's because there's no pattern on this. You'll see the Century shape with several different patterns. In the four colors, we're missing the one color here, red, but this was called the Riviera pattern when it's just in these four colors without any pattern on the pottery itself. The colors are ivory, light green, mauve, blue, and that's what the company called it. And then the fourth color was red. They also had some other colors to harmonize with Fiesta ware. But these are three of the original colors in the Riviera line. Again, very Art Deco, very geometric, very square. Came out in 1938. I'm selling all of this together. I'm just going to call it a dessert set. It's not a dessert set, but I didn't feel like piecing it out. I decided I would just put it all together in one auction. So you're going to get four of the little mauve blue underplates, which could be a bread and butter plate or a very small dessert plate. The four light green bowls that sit on top of them beautifully, and a nice covered casserole dish, which measures 9 by 7, I think. Lidded, as you can see. And I love this ivory color. You know, the funny thing is, I found all of this in different places that I picked up on its own. The four bowls and the four plates all came from different shops. There are no chips or cracks on any of this. And there's no crazing to the glaze, no dishwasher damage. Nice shiny luster to all of the pieces, exactly as it was made in the 1930s. Now there's nothing on the back. You may pick up every single piece and you will not find a mark on any of it. That's because Riviera was not marked. I don't know why Homer Laughlin did that or didn't do that, but they didn't mark any of their pieces in the Riviera line. But tried and true, sure as you're born, that's what it is. And wouldn't this be great in the autumn with some hot apple crumble served out in these bowls as a dessert set? It's all up for auction, one lot, and it's listed right now. There's the little Hazel Atlas creamer, milk pitcher rather, made out of platinite, which is what they called their opal glass or milk glass. There were four of these. I've talked about them many times. That's the fired on green color on that. Next to it is the wonderful L.E. Smith black glass vase. This one, completely smooth. It's not embossed with anybody. Nobody's dancing around with no clothes on. And they're all at home with their masks on. And sometimes you'll see this with a silver overlay pattern. There is none. Don't worry, it didn't get scrubbed off. You would be able to see traces of it. That's how it came out of the factory. Very elegant, black glass, L.E. Smith. Love it. Already talked about the Jeanette Iris 9-inch vase in milk glass, and this is the way it came from the factory with this wonderful, is that eggshell or matte? I'd probably call it an eggshell finish if you want. No, this wasn't somebody's home spray paint project. This is the way it came out of the factory with that green paint. I've seen some other examples of it. I like it in the green. Not so much the marigold, but I sure do like it in the green. There weren't any chips or cracks. No, there still aren't any chips or cracks on it. And the painted finish is good on that as well. There's the tobacco humidor back there, made of glass. Probably dates from 1900 into the early 30s. This would be on a counter in a store. Let's see, holding cigars. And let's see if we can, well, we'll take the lid off. First I'll show you, there are numerous little chips underneath the lid from use. This would have been, as you can imagine, taken on and off of the base many, many, many times during its use in a store. But the handle isn't chipped and the perimeter doesn't seem to be chipped. A little bit of roughness again, as you can see around the inside of the lid. We would expect to see that. That's natural use. The sides are ribbed, and it says on the bottom, factory number 30150, 6th District, Indiana. I didn't spend much time looking that up, so you guys who love your research, maybe you can find out some more information. I just did a quick search, couldn't find anything. So I don't know what the 6th District is in Indiana or factory number 301, but that certainly held cigars. And today it could hold whatever you choose. It would be nice in a bathroom with, for Pete's sake, what are those puffy white things you put in there? Isn't that awful? Cotton balls? Be a lot of cotton balls. Back there are 3 mixing bowls made by the Federal Glass Company in the 30s. I have this, you saw these before, and I did decide I'm going to go ahead and sell these individually. They're already listed. There would have been 4 of them. I only have 3, so I'm selling them as replacements. That's the largest. Second to the largest. We're missing the third, and then the 4th tiniest one right here. Mixing bowls in really good shape, nice and clean. There aren't any chips or cracks on these. And it is a pink color, although oftentimes when I'm filming it looks kind of peachy. And then here in the front is a beautiful lusterware made in Japan, and this would date to the 1930s, late to 1925 to 1938, something like that. And look at it. Isn't that beautiful? Now look at the inside. Now you say, well, wait a minute, is it a planter? Well, no, because why would it be decorative down below the dirt level? You see? You wouldn't want to put dirt in there. You'd cover up the parrot's tails, or the parakeet's tails, rather. And aren't they beautiful? Look at the back of this thing. It is gorgeous. And there's not a single, that's right, not a single chip anywhere on it. But there is a crack. I'm going to show you that crack in a minute. So what was it used for? Probably as a flower bowl or to actually feed your parakeets. You could put water in there as a bird bath. You could also put water in it and float little flowers. You could put bird seed in it. You could put cat food in it. Wouldn't that be hilarious? But it wasn't meant to be covered up with dirt. Now the issue is someone has taken at some point and glued in some of that I don't know, that florist styrofoamy type stuff. I believe that's what it looks like down there. I didn't do much, I didn't make much of an attempt to try to get that out of there because it doesn't bother me. and I'm going to leave it. I mean, I'm not going to serve candy corns out of this, so it kind of depends on what you want to use it for. There is a crack that runs through the bottom, and we'll clearly see it here. Turn this upside down. We can see that that crack runs completely from the whole diameter of the bottom. It does not travel up the sides. Okay, so you can see, we still see the crack. Okay, so it's there. Now, what I'm going to say is I did not put any water. We say water in my neck of the woods. I didn't put any water in it, so I doubt that it is watertight. Unless if you wanted to put water in it, it's probably going to seep through there eventually, my guess would be. So, hey, be creative. What could you do with this? You could do a lot with it, even with that crack. Now, it's a solid piece. The crack hasn't affected its integrity. You know, when you ping it, it's not cracked up the sides, so it's not getting ready to fall apart. I seldom buy things that are damaged. I saw the damage on this, and I simply had to buy it anyway because there are uses for this where that damage wouldn't necessarily make a difference. Okay, so take a close look at it. Really nice. And this thing is heavy. It weighs about, 3 pounds. It's a nice big heavy. Wouldn't this look great? You could even put bird seed in it and turn it into a bird feeder. You know, I mean, since it already has that crack in the bottom of it. Now, it's not marked on the bottom. How do we know it's Japan lusterware? Well, it is. I've seen other examples of this that are stamped on the bottom. Some things made it through the factories and they just didn't always get stamped. So, I've had this for a while and just thought I would keep it and do something with it because of that crack in the bottom and that glue. But I thought, hey, let's throw it out there and see what's what. Maybe somebody will fall in love with it. I think it would also be really cute as as a cat bowl. You know, to put your cat food in there. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Hey, if I don't sell it, that's what I might do with it. And then finally back here, a beautiful pair of vanity lamps circa 1925 to 1935. Let's turn the lights out and get romantic, all right, in the boudoir. So that's what they are, boudoir lamps. Let me zoom in on them. They are 24 karat gold plated. And I know that because there's a sticker on the bottom that says 24 karat gold plated. They are very well made. Again, this would be 1925 to the early 30s. They have little tiny enamel painted flowers on them, very delicately done. The lampshades are not old, they're new, but they're similar to what might have been used on lamps such as this, and I'm including these shades in the auction. So you'll go ahead and get them. Now that feels like plastic instead of glass, but I can't tell just by feeling them, so if I listed them as glass in the auction, I need to go back and change that to plastic, because they might be plastic beads. Let me back up again and turn these lights on so you have a better look at the shades. Hold on just a moment. And actually, why don't we unplug one and bring it forward? I think those are plastic beads, although they look like glass. All right, unplugged. I have an adapter in here to take these little chandelier-sized bulbs, but I'm going to take that out because when you buy these, you're getting it without light bulbs. You're getting it just like that. It's a standard size. And you'll receive it just like this with a standard size socket, push button socket on there. I'll give you a better look at how pretty they are up close with the enameled flowers. You see that? We haven't focused yet. Give me a minute. There we go. All right, and the 24 karat gold. There's a lot of old dust down in there that I didn't even clean out. Some collectors really even like old dust, so I left it in there. I got a lot of old dust in my own house to take care of, so you're getting it just like that. Now, of course, I didn't unplug the one with the tag. The other one has a paper label on the bottom announcing that it is 24 karat gold plated. And if you would like to see that, you're more than welcome to check out the photographs on my auction site. Now, the eBay site is in the description box below, where you can go find any one of these items and enjoy looking at close-up detailed photographs for yourself. Now you may say, gee, those cords are really short. They are. They're only about 13 inches long. This is reproduction rayon covered cloth cord to mimic the original silk cloth cords that would have been on these, and that is an old Bakelite plug. Obviously, these are going to have to be used with an extension cord, and this isn't really a set of lamps you're going to be moving around. They're meant to sit on a dresser, and then you could put an extension cord behind the dresser, plug the two lamps in, and then into your wall. So yes, I realize the cords are very short. This is just to give you the finishing touch, that really pretty decorative look. I think it just sets off an old lamp beautifully. I don't like to see modern, white plastic cords on antique lamps like this. Doesn't affect the value, but to me it affects the aesthetics of it, and I like this old stuff. Alright, having said that, some people might not want this funny old looking cord. It's not old, as I said, it's new, and that is an old plug. There's nothing wrong with it, it's completely safe, but some people are funny that way. And if you're funny that way and you want them wired with something else, if you let me know before you buy these, I will rewire them for you, but I'm going to have to charge you about 15 bucks to do it, not for the labor, but I'm going to go out and have to buy cord, because this is a really small gauge. I don't have any. Otherwise, I'd do it for you for free. So actually, probably I can rewire them for, well, I'm only going to charge the cost of the materials, so it's probably going to be about 10 bucks for me to rewire both of them, and I could put 4 feet or 6 feet of modern cord on there. That would be up to the buyer. So just throwing that out there to let you know. Okay. Look at that old dirt. I love it. That could be Downton Abbey dirt down in there. Can you imagine these on an elegant vanity? All right, stop talking about them. You've already played them up enough. And yes, they're just fine. All right. So I think I've said everything I want to say. If I forgot anything, just shoot me. Did I just step on the cat? I didn't. All right, he's outside sleeping. Not outside, but in another room. Wishing all the mothers a happy Mother's Day yesterday, and wishing you a good week. Thanks for watching. I forgot to do something I said I was going to do, and that was tell you about the cooking video. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. Okay, as promised, there is a link in the description box below this video. Click it and go watch a subscriber who attempted, more than just attempted, she did make the 1934 magic cookies, and it is hilarious, the reaction of her family. That's in the description box below. There's a link to it. I hope you'll go watch it, and make sure you tell her Scott sent you. She's going to know where you came from anyway. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. So long for now.